I'm gonna tell you something embarrassing. Yes, this is another one of these videos where I share an absolutely mortifying experience with you all, and as long as we can come to a collective agreement to not bully me for this forever, then we can have a good time. So, ow, subscribe, do it now. Okay, this all begins actually a little bit further back. Last year in school, I really didn't have the easiest time making friends in person, and I'd really wanted to make friends in person. I feel like, online, the people I've met are great, but it really is different, and it really is, I think, maybe not more genuine, but you can get to know people a lot better in person. So the new year started. This was one of the first days of the term, the second day of the term, and that means I was really excited because I have a chance to meet a lot of people, and I really wanted to make some friends today. I was feeling great. I was feeling happy. I woke up early. I woke up bright and excited and joyful. So I get to my first class, and honestly, things are looking pretty good. I'm sitting down next to a couple people. I'm cracking some probably really stupid jokes here and there. I get the whole class to giggle a bit. I think the tension is kind of cut. Because of course when you meet a bunch of new people, it's a classroom, it can be a little bit tense. And so I start chatting to the person next to me. I'm asking them a little bit about their life, and turns out we have a little bit in common. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can make a friend here. And as the class goes on, cracking some more jokes here and there, the general mood, the general vibe is pretty good. Turns out, because it's the first class, the teacher didn't really have that much planned. It was actually their kid's birthday, so they wanted to leave a little bit early to buy some balloons and gifts, and I'm down to leave class early. So I go down to zip my bag, and my whole plan is I can, use this a little bit of extra time to ask the person next to me, maybe for their contact info, maybe their plans after this, maybe if we even just have the same discussion mini section later together. As I zip up my bag and turn to my right, I noticed that the seat is completely empty. In the time that it took for me to bend down and zip up, they dashed out of the room. And I know it's because they didn't have somewhere to be. We got let out early. So that was funny. So that was cool. So then I get let out of class early, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe that didn't work out. Oh well, I can always talk to someone new in the next class. I run into a couple people that I met last year. Unfortunately, those two people that I met last year are really nice, and I've been lying to them the entire time I've met them. Yeah, okay, so maybe I have a bit of a problem. Like, maybe I have a bit of a problem where sometimes I tell things to people that are not quite true. Because these two people, they're twins. And, maybe they also think I'm a twin. Hypothetically. And maybe hypothetically I'm not. Maybe I talked about how it's weird to grow up because you're always compared personality to personality. And it's, it's hard to have your own individuality. I'm making all of this up. Flash forward to today, I'm like, oh no. Because they're like really nice, and I feel so bad. But I can't fess up now. So the whole time I'm talking to them, I'm like, when's the right chance? When's the right chance to say, I'm so sorry, it was just a dumb bit. Like, me and my friend, we just look alike. We're unrelated completely. And I can't do it. So I feel so bad. I feel really bad. I'm like, alright, you know what? Maybe if I want to make some friends, I shouldn't lie to people. Like, maybe that's a good life lesson. So it was a bit of karmic retribution, which is really gonna come into play later. But that was whatever. It was two kind of mediocre experiences. They weren't bad. Maybe a little bit embarrassing, but not bad. I go to my next class, and I actually know someone in there. Someone that I met while studying in Korea turned out to go to the same school as me in the same class. So I said, yo, what's up? Turned to the person to my left who I didn't know. I introduced myself. I asked questions about them. They seemed a little bit shy, so I was being a little maybe obnoxious, but hopefully trying to get them to feel more comfortable. Because of course, being in a big classroom like that and you don't know anybody, and then the people next to you know each other, that can be an uncomfortable situation. So I wanted to include them in the conversation and everything like that. We actually end up trading contact info. I'm like, okay, maybe I did make a friend here. Once again, we get let out a little bit early. And I turn to my right to talk to my friend a little bit, and I'm like, oh, let's want to grab lunch after this. And I'm like, fine. Turn to my left to be like, oh, do you want to join us for lunch? Seat is empty. They're gone. So that's funny. That's cool. That's funny. So I'm like, maybe I'm not having the best of luck with people my age, my peers. But if you don't know, I've mentioned this in a couple videos, I just started working at an elementary school. Because if you're if you're a clown like me, I feel like in videos I'm honestly pretty tame. In person, I'm so obnoxious. I'm a nightmare. I'm just really annoying, and I'm just talking about nothing all the time. Actually, maybe I'm like that in videos. No, okay, honestly, in videos, I'm so normal. Anyway, I'm realizing how that paints a picture of me in real life. Okay, whatever. So I started working at an elementary school, and I'm actually working with a new class today. I'm working with the 5 and 6-year-olds, who are adorable. They're so cute. Just the things they come up with, the words they string together, their imagination is wonderful. And did I say that the other people weren't my peers? No, according to lore, I'm like 8 years old, so I guess they're also my peers. So I started working with a new class, and I don't mean to toot my own horn too much, but they loved me. I was being so goofy. This like small group of kids, they were like obsessed. And they wanted me to go everywhere with them. They wanted me to play with them. They wanted me to make up games with them. I was making them laugh left and right. And everything was great because we were playing outside in the playground. And then we go inside. And we start doing a little bit of arts and crafts. Now, I start manning the drawing table. And of course, since I'm there, the group of kids that really wanted my attention, they want to come there too, which is totally fine. That's totally great. I do have to make sure that I'm overseeing everyone, but since I was manning that station anyway, that's totally fine. So we start doing some arts. I'm helping them sharpening pencils, coloring the lines, and then it comes to be my turn. They say, hey, why aren't you drawing too? You should draw with us. I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm down. I start by coloring in this little cupcake drawing, and then all of a sudden they go, that looks bad. Why are you so bad at this? I don't think I'm doing bad. You guys think I'm doing bad? And they're like, yeah, that looks bad. I'm getting bullied by a 5-year-old. And they take a pencil and start scribbling all over it. And they go, why'd you do that? I'm like, I didn't do that. You did that. I saw you do that. And they're like, no, look at what he did. Look at what Egg did. They didn't say Egg, obviously. I go by Soup in real life. Look at what Egg did. Egg is so bad at art. Like, all right, let's see. Let's see. Let me try one more time. I get another piece of paper. They take it immediately, start scribbling all over it. It's a group of 5 kids. They just start passing it down like a football, just scribbling all over and going, hey, look, Eggy's throwing a tantrum. Eggy's so mad, he's throwing a tantrum. And they start signing it with my name to pretend that I made it. And then they give it to me and said, show this to your mom. She's gonna think you're really, really stupid. I'm like, okay, what's going on, guys? What's going on? And then, oh my God, they get to the next level. They get to the next level because they were like scribbling all over the thing and saying like I did it right. And that's pretty funny. This is crazy. This is psychotic. They color it in halfway really well. Like actually impressively well for their age. And then they scribble over the second half of it. And they go, I was making such good art. And then Eggy came and was jealous and threw a tantrum and messed it up. I'm like, guys, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. Everyone can see. Everyone can see. The evidence is right here. I know eyewitness testimony is not that accurate, but everyone can see it right here. I don't think the message got through. I'm gonna be real. Like maybe if I said skibbity, it would have worked better, but so I'm just getting roasted. I mean, okay, it is cute, obviously. It's adorable. The kids are having a good time. I mean, I get to take these home, put them in a scrapbook, look back at it in 20 years, and then be, I guess, embarrassed all over again. But it's really funny, because I'm just getting bullied. And then they're like, you need to go to jail, because you're such a crybaby, and you're so bad at art. I'm going to use my magic stick, and I'm going to build a jail, and you're going to be stuck there for 1 year. And I'm like, 1 year? If I'm stuck here for 1 year, then I can't come by tomorrow. And they're like, good! So that's funny. So I leave the work, all the kids get picked up by their parents, and then it's my last event of the day. This is the event I was honestly looking forward to the most. Now, of course, working at the school is great, but I've done that before. This is a new one. I was going to go to the book club. Yes, it's a club for a book club. And I was thinking, I actually do like to read quite a lot. I don't think I've ever talked about this on the channel. You know, maybe I'll make a 4th channel called Egg Book. But I do like to read. So I was like, this seems like a good place to be. And my assumption was there were gonna be a lot of people there. Because once again, school just started, it's the start of the new year, and new year means New Year's resolutions. And what is one of the most popular resolutions, other than exercising more, other than spending more time with family? It's reading. I want to read more. I want to read 12 books this year, 1 per month. So I'm thinking, well, the book club is probably a great chance to meet a bunch of people that I've never seen before. And boy, was I right. I walk into that classroom, And there is anywhere from 150 to 200 people. And I'm like, I made the right choice. This is a fantastic place to meet people. And generally, I think people that would join a book club are quite nice and welcome and welcoming and open. Maybe I shouldn't join a book club. maybe I need to learn how to read first. Anyway, so I get there, and as they're reading off the selection of 5 books, I start to have a dreadful realization that I do not belong here. Not because I don't think I can read, not because the people are mean or rude, but because I just can't do it. I don't have the time. I have way too much on my plate to even be able to read half of this book, much less an entire one in such a short period of time. I have 5 weeks to read the book, basically 4 weeks. And so they're going down the list of books. Historical fiction, the book looks interesting. I can't read it. Science fiction, that one looks great. I can't read it. Novel, fiction, whatever. Classical, romance. And then they hit the last book on the list, and it's a memoir. And I've read that memoir before. I read that like 5 years ago. So what if? What if we all break into our smaller groups? Because there's, 5, 6 books or something like that, and so there's gonna be 5, 6 mini groups. And so they start reading down the list. Historical fiction, first row, 20, 30 people. Romance, next row, another 20, 30 people. Classical, that one's got like 30 or 40. And then they get to memoir. Once again, this is the one that I've read. My whole plan, in my realization that I don't have the time to do this, is what if I just faked it? Since I've read this book before, what if I just show up to the meetings and kinda joke around here and there? I could skim the plot synopsis, but I've talked about it enough, or I've read it enough. I've written essays about it. And so I could just show up and meet some nice people. And by the time I get to know them, this whole lie that I've crafted won't be as big of a deal. Because then they'll just see it as, oh, that's just kind of funny. But we're friends already, so it's fine, right? So they read off the list. They say memoir, 6th row. There's one person there. There's one person there, and instantly I realize my whole plan is about to crumble. I can't do that. I can't lie to them. They're reliant on me to be part of this book club and hold each other responsible. I ain't reading the book. But what if they're nice enough and I just make a friend anyway? So I start off with a really normal conversation. We're getting to know each other, and it's actually going really well. This person is so nice. They're pretty great. I'm like, wait, maybe this whole day is gonna end on a good note. And all of a sudden, they decide to say, I mean, out of the goodness of their heart, this is a fine thing to say. It's the worst thing to say to me, but it's a great thing to say, which is, so how do you want to divide this up? I think the book's about like 300 pages. It's about like, I don't know, 18 chapters. Do about 5 chapters per week. We can check in every week, say how we're feeling, how we're doing. You know, we could do like plus or minus a chapter depending on how it's going. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. But I have to be honest with you, I can't do this. I have too much on my plate. If you want to join another one of the groups, I really don't want to leave you hanging and be all wishy-washy, flip-floppy, because I think that's just disrespectful to you, and I'm really sorry. And then after that, the conversation turns on its head. It's so awkward. It's really, really awkward, because all that point leading up to it, I was finding common points. We were just chatting. I was like, maybe I made a friend. This is great. And then it's like dead quiet. Got it. Okay, so I look at my phone. And I see that it's 7:35 p.m. I'm like, oh, oopsie. I had to go at 7:30. I'm so sorry. And I run out the room. And I just run. I just ran out the room. I can't show my face there ever again. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing. It's not that bad. Really, it's not that bad. Okay, but if you were there, if you could see the expression on their face when I said, like, I'm really sorry, but I, like, can't read, it was just utter disappointment. And so when I said earlier that karma was gonna get me, the retribution was coming, the karmic retribution, if we're combining both of those thoughts, I thought I could get away with a lie. I thought if I just skamazed my way through this book club, I would be able to get away with not reading the book and still making some friends and meeting some people out of it. And instantly, I got punished. I lied about being a twin, I got punished. I lied about reading a book. I got punished. I didn't even get to lie about reading it yet, actually. It was a pre-lie. It was a pre-punishment. It was crime and punishment. Once again, it's not that bad, but I think it was the combination of events that all culminated in this absolutely mortified feeling that I have. And if I ever see this person at school ever again, I don't know. At this point, the only thing I can do is just laugh. Because objectively, it's really funny how I ran out of the room. But tomorrow's another day, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoy.
Yo, this is Egg He forgot to ask for subscribe. He will never make that mistake again. Never.